has the break done, you think, to re-energize the team? You're on such a high, and now you have to get back ready for this series. They do that.
Well, the challenge is always the same, so it's no different whether it's a game or a series. It's to always reset. Each game is different. You have to prepare for that particular game. You're not carrying anything over from the previous series or the previous game. You just got to be right and ready when that ball goes up tomorrow night.
There's only so much control you have over it, obviously, with the scheduling. Do you think 5 days is a good amount where you can get rested up and not have it be too much? Does 5 days feel like
Yeah, well, I think whatever comes your way, that's what you have to deal with, and you have to handle, whether it's a short turnaround or a longer turnaround, take advantage of whatever is coming your way. So if it was shorter, you say, well, you got rhythm from the previous one. If you have a break, you could do, you take advantage of your recovery, preparation, and get into rhythm that way. So I think whatever you're faced with, to have a strategy for it, but to stick with your routine so you understand what goes into winning.
Tom, as a coach, when you're prepping for a series, Detroit series, they didn't really cross-match against you guys in the regular season, and then they ended up going with Tobias on Cat for most of that series. Indiana's another team that didn't really cross-match in the regular season. How do you go about kind of trying to use those sorts of matchups as a way to try to prepare with?
Well, yeah, you have the entire season of what transpired. So you have strategies for when your cross-match or people are playing small on Cat, playing big on Josh. So there are different advantages that you can gain from that. The same thing with Mitch. And so we've dealt with size on Jalen. And so I think at this time of the year, you have a good understanding of what you're trying to do.
What do you... Hi.
Hey, Rachel, how are you?
What are some of the memories you come back to from your time here during the 90s Knicks-Pacers?
Oh, God. A long time ago. So, New York, I think the best thing about it, it's a basketball city. It's just a great environment. And then, the team was great. I just remember the players that we had, and that group was so special, and to see all those guys around and part of this family, it's tremendous. But I think the important thing for us to understand as a team is that you have to earn your wins each night. So we're not going to win because we're home. We're not going to win because of what happened previously or the history. We have to go out there and earn it with our play, and it starts with your preparation going into the game to understand how important that is, and that's where we want the focus to lie. So we're proud of the organization, the tradition that we have, and all the great players that have been here previously, and front office, coaches, everybody, ownership. And so we have an understanding. We know what the Knicks mean to the city, and so there's I think a responsibility that goes along with that.
Is there a word or two that would describe the intensity of those series back then?
Those are good old days. Yeah, it wasn't. And I say, and the game is in a great place. I think as it goes, decade to decade, there's new rivalries. The game keeps getting better. The players, it's incredible what the players are doing today. But I think the biggest thing is probably the competition part of it and the physicality that was allowed back then. The physicality is probably the biggest difference. But people, I think that's what makes the playoffs so great, is the competition. People want to see great competition. I think that, oftentimes style of play can change. It could be fast-paced. Sometimes it's slow-paced. The 90s was a crawl. Now the game's a lot faster, a lot more skilled. It's different. But the competition part was always the same. The discipline, the defense, the teamwork, the toughness. And I thought those are the same things that win today. So we have to understand that part of the game.
You have to sit down with Reggie before the game and talk to him then?
Who? I talk to our guys.
I mean, seriously, in the pregame coaches meeting now, TNT with the game, you actually have to have conversations with them.
Oh yeah, like Reggie, all those guys. I have great respect for them, for him. what he accomplished in his career. When I was in Boston, we tried to get him to join our team in Boston, and it didn't work out. I've always respected that about him. I think he couldn't cross over the hurdle of leaving Indiana, which I respect.
Not just this team, but teams you've had. When a guy gets in the playoff series and has moments or big games, does that do something for them confidence-wise going forward, like growth? With Mikal, some of the defensive plays he made against Boston. Does that help a guy kind of establish himself as?
Well, I think, yeah, and the thing about Mikal, and I've said this all along, is, and I think in today's world, with the way the media is, and I don't mean this as a knock towards you, but I just think like social media, people that want to judge very quickly, and oftentimes it's after a play or 2 plays, and like with Mikal, it's been a steady climb the whole year, and I said this from the beginning. It wasn't like he is a rookie and you don't know how good he could be. This guy's got a great body of work. He's been a terrific player in the league for a long time, so you knew that part of him. I mean, this guy has been in the finals and had a significant role in the finals, not a minor role. It's a very significant role. And so I think where he is, he's always been confident. And the thing that I love his demeanor and his work ethic never changed. The things that he was doing the first day of the season, he was doing in the summer, he's doing today. And I think that's where his consistency comes from. That's where his durability comes from. And I also think that's where his confidence comes from.
A couple more. The ability to try to pick them up in transition and obviously play so fast. Is that different against a team like them, considering they're a really fast team but also a really good ball control team? And how they
they're a combination. Like when you look at, their fast break points down a little bit in the playoffs. But they've been a high scoring team for a while. We've scored. We're going to have to score against them. We've done that in the past. So I think you got to be strong in both sides of the ball.
And regarding Josh, like he's such a crasher of the offensive boards. How much of that is Josh instinct, and how much of that is like game planning against guys who aren't active box out guys in their guard?
Probably a combination of both. Like whatever a guy's strengths are, you want him to play towards those strengths, and you want him to cover up his weaknesses. Like Josh impacts the game in a lot of different ways. So, if you were to judge him strictly on one aspect of his game, you'd be doing him a disservice. So he can play fast. He can lead the break. He's a secondary ball handler. He's comfortable in the pocket. He's comfortable making corner threes. He's a big-time hustle guy. He's not only a good offensive rebounder, very good defensive rebounder, particularly late in games. But that's how he impacts the game, just all-around play, moving without the ball. And so we want him to impact the game with his energy. And I think he has shown that he's a great catalyst for our team. He gets guys going, and it's usually with hustle-type plays. And I think that's meaningful for us.
In regards to talent, not that he has to prove himself, but in this round, is there something you want to see more from him, or a consistency in a certain area?
And the thing is, again, I think people, tend to judge him, on a particular game or a half. I think, in the Boston series, the Game 5, he played 10 minutes in the first half because of foul trouble, and people are, you got to shoot more. Well, it's hard to shoot from the bench. Like people got to do their homework. And if there's 3 guys on him, he should pass. That's the right play. The game tells you what to do. So I think the most important thing is it's not an individual thing. It's a team thing. So how's he impacting winning? And last year he helped his team get to the Western Conference Finals. He's helped his team get to the Eastern Conference Finals this year. That says something about it.
Last one. What's it like to see 3 guys from last year's team still playing in the Western Conference Finals? Obviously Julius, Dante, and Isaiah. Are you rooting for one side or the other?
Yeah, just I root for them individually. I care about them, but except when they play against us. So that, you know, I want them to have success. They were great. They had great impact on our organization. So, you know, I wish them well.
I mean, what is it like? Have you followed those teams at all? You know, to follow them and follow how those guys have done this year?
Yeah, you know, I keep up with the league. That's part of my job.